Hello everyone and welcome back to another football video where this time I will be discussing Carabao Cup final or EFL Cup final if you may say so, and the game will be played on Sunday and here are the timing. UTC, so English time, it will be played 4:30. So yeah, it will depend where you are watching, but here I got the UK time. And teams that are up against each other in this Carabao Cup final are Manchester United and Newcastle. Of course, probably you knew if you clicked on this video already, but yeah, two teams that Manchester United and Newcastle United both are doing quite well in the Premier League. So here I got the road to the finals. Round 2, Manchester United didn't play at all. They played round 3 matchup, but Newcastle did play in round 2. It actually ended up being quite close match result-wise, because Newcastle won 2-1 away from home against Tranmere Rovers. So it was it could have been that Newcastle would have been out there, but in the end they managed to get their way through, as was probably expected. And yeah, then round 3, Manchester United got in action when they won 4-2 at home against Aston Villa, whereas Newcastle, they had tougher game against Crystal Palace. Ended up being 0-0 after a full time, but after penalties Newcastle won the game 3-2. So not the easy way getting to final, but at least they managed to beat both Tranmere and Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace, obviously, they have done okay this season in Premier League, so it didn't surprise me that much was a bit harder for them. Then for Newcastle. Then round 4, Manchester United 2-0 win against Burnley, who are doing quite well in the Championship. They're leading the league, and yeah, they won 2-0 at home. Whereas round 4 game for Newcastle, it ended up being 1-0 win. So not comfortable wins any of these round 2, 3, 4 matchups. They won Bournemouth 1-0, and yeah, Bournemouth not doing that well this season in Premier League, but Newcastle struggled against them. Obviously, in these cup games, earlier, especially in the early games, teams tend to rotate the players, so and maybe not the top players get to play all the games, but yeah, still tougher results for Newcastle than, for example, Manchester United. Then quarterfinals were played. Manchester United won 3-0 against Charlton Athletic. So yeah, didn't play a Premier League side there. Whereas Newcastle got to play a Premier League side. It ended up actually being 2-0 win for them in the quarterfinals against Leicester. And then semi-finals, 2 legs that were going to be played. Semi-final for Manchester United was against Nottingham Forest. Manchester United beat Forest 3-1 away from home in the first leg, and in the second leg they won 2-0 at home, so 5-0 advantage for them, and they're through the final. Whereas Newcastle, they won 1-0 away from home and 2-1 at home against Southampton, so 3-1. So Newcastle, they have had closer matchups and closer results, but they managed to get through the final against Manchester United. And this season they have only faced each other once, and that was 16th of October and 2022. Manchester United and Newcastle, it was at Old Trafford, and it ended up being 0-0 game. So maybe this game could see some goals. This season's goal differences in Premier League are quite interesting. United 41 goals so far in 24 games. They have allowed 28 goals, so lots of goals allowed as well. Newcastle scored 6 less than United in Premier League, 35. and they've allowed 15, so their defense has been much more solid. They've conceded 30 less goals. But United are coming into this with better form. Newcastle hasn't won in 4 last games in the Premier League, although they did beat Southampton 2-1 between the 4 winless games in Premier League. Whereas Manchester United, well, I'm filming this before the second leg against Barcelona, so it will be played on Thursday. That may decide in which form they come into this, or how tired they are, if it's going to be played, if extra time is going to be needed in that tie. But yeah, United at this point when I'm filming, they are 8 games unbeaten, and so in that case I would say United has an advantage. And this season United is third in Premier League, 24 games, 49 points, and Newcastle are 5th, have 8 less points, but have played 1 game less than United. And when looking at, I decided to look at betting sites. Mostly they expected that United would win this one, and I have no reason why United wouldn't win. But if they take Newcastle lightly, or if they're tired from the matchup against Barcelona on Thursday, maybe Newcastle could surprise. And Newcastle hasn't been bad this season. They have been quite good actually. And this will be an interesting matchup to say the least. And I'm not sure if I'm getting to watch all of it, but I will be here to review or summarize it. I'm not sure if I will summarize it with all the Premier League games or on its own, but if you have ideas about that, if you want it to be its own review, let me know in the comments down below. And let me also know about what do you think will happen in this game. Will it end up being United win Manchester United as expected, or at least what some expect, or will Newcastle surprise? And hit the like and subscribe if you would so like, and have a nice day.